Previously, on Realms and Nerds, the Vassanoka Adventures.
Did you feel that?
Of course I did.
It's a magical blight on the forest.
But what's doing it?
I don't know. As Llew and Ben break the darkness, they both feeling in their bones that it's just completely washed over their body at this point. Every bone in your body is telling you that every inch of this place is wrong and you shouldn't be here. Ben, you now hear this slither coming your way. The top of this creature is a female with pale green skin and 6 arms, each one carrying a short sword. And where the torso would normally end, it goes into this large, long, green serpent tail with scales. Using her druid craft, Raven shoves her fist, just punches into the ground, and the root system of this forest is so immense and dense. Pulls it out, and she now in her hand has I'm going to call it a root sword. Raven's gonna pull this root sword out of the ground and toss her spear to Sana, and they're both going to kind of crouch down and bunker down. And this creature comes running right past her eyes, and she's able to discern 2 large bull horns and the face of a gorilla and the teeth of a saber-toothed tiger with 2 massive arms and 2 goat-like feet. This creature is going to come blasting past Raven, and with Krohl's torchlight, Ben knocks his ancient arrow, drawing back and taking aim. He looses the arrow and hits this target right between his eyes, and leaving just a gaping hole straight through his head. He falls to the ground as the arrow returns to his hand, covered in a eerily purple-blue blood color. We rejoin our troop, made up of Krohl the Fallen, the Death Knight, Ben, the shape-shifting changeling, Raven, the furball druid ranger, and then we got Llew, the stuck-up prince from...
Oh, damn!
We got Llew, the prince.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Well, he's not that stuck up, to be honest. He's actually a pretty chill dude.
No respect. I get no respect.
The prince from Farland. And the whole party is standing over this corpse of this red horned beast they just killed. It's all messed up, and it's laying face first in the mud with these 2 huge horns stuck into the ground.
Well, that's a bit fucked up.
That was quite the battle, boys.
Guys, I think I know what's going on here.
Well, spell the beans.
I think somebody opened a portal to the hells.
Oh, is that all?
Who could do something like that?
I mean, do you want me to tell you on a literal level, or like?
Because we can start putting a list. How much paper do you got?
Is this going to be alphabetically or chronologically?
Alphabetical, chronological.
With an index, I'm sure.
I mean, surely to do something this large is not something that just anyone could do.
No, but there's a long list of people who can do it.
I mean, the woman who raised me might be able to do it. I don't know about her. What do you want to do next? We gotta figure out what's up with this darkness.
Should we perhaps try and ID this creature we have slain?
Well, Miss Raven seems to know it came from hell. Why doesn't she ID it? She's the forest lady.
Okay. Oh, shit.
Come on, druid ranger.
Alright, we'll just kinda... Would it be an investigation check or a nature check?
Investigation.
Shit.
Aha! Both intelligence. What the hell is the difference?
Okay. 17.
Yeah. So with the 17, What Raven is able to deduce upon looking at this beast in the dirt is that it is indeed a devil. It comes from the hells below, and she's able to ID it as possibly a Gristro, which is known for being a large bull-like demon, often serving under devils, sometimes becoming powerful enough themselves to be in a position of power, but often this is a henchman or a lackey of sorts.
Did you say a grease troll?
A Gristo.
It's not a Gristo. Gristo.
A Cristo!
It's an Italian devil.
Gristo.
It's a spaghetti.
It's a spaghetti. It's a pizza pasta.
I love the meatball. Cristo meatball.
So, what do we got here is a Gristo. It's a lesser demon, but it has the ability to become my lord itself. It's usually a henchman, so I'm thinking that maybe there's something bigger and badder in the forest around here.
Well, it might have something to do with this darkness. If we find a source, we might be able to get rid of it and the darkness. That's about the best plan I can come up with. What do you say, boys?
Now, you said that, this would take a powerful sorcerer. Are we equipped to kill said powerful sorcerer?
And from down the path, the party hears a maddened and eerie cackle.
That's a hag if I ever heard one.
Well, that was very maddened and eerie.
Alright, nothing to see here. I suppose we should move along now.
Oh, don't be a bitch about it. It'll be fun.
Krohl's gonna,
I think-
bring out his trident.
I think we have different ideas on what fun is, buddy.
That's just because you're a pansy.
Oh, alright. I suppose someone ought to go up and take a peek.
I'll come with you.
I wasn't volunteering. I was thinking, perhaps Ben could sneak up.
That's a great idea.
Ben's gonna sneak up to wherever the fuck I'm going down this path to my death.
I'm on my way to
Nothing
death.
else he's
Hey, I'm on the way.
As Ben
freeway.
As Ben respectfully nods to Llew, his lord, and starts to walk away, Sana says, Llew, I would advise that we stay together. This darkness is extremely magical, and to be honest, in all my years of experience, I'm scared.
Well, then, I suppose if everyone's in agreement, we can all just walk into whatever lies ahead together.
I think that's the best way to go. Don't want to get caught off guard.
All right. I say we move on.
Did Ben already disappear into this envelope of darkness
No,
or whatever?
Ben stopped when...
Cool, good. Coward? No, I just heard Sana and was like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Alright, Llew is going to hold his longsword up at like a half-ready position and say, well, I suppose there's no point in putting it off. Let's go.
So the party makes its way down this path, and they continue going. At first, they feel a sense of being alone, and yet knowing that there's something out there. And as they continue to move further and further down this path, not feeling anything, or not seeing anything, this sense of dread continues to build in their stomachs. Just knowing that something is out there and they can't see it, and they don't know where it's coming from. Soon, this sense of dread and this pit in their stomach is quickly awakened when they hear this cackle again, along with this scraping sound moving around them, and literally in a circle around them, and they feel as though now something is watching them and just toying with them.
Guys, I think that we should form a circle and just start and just kind of hang for a second.
Okay, Llew was kind of up near the front, so I guess, are you guys going to circle around behind him then?
Raven, Ben, you watch our 6. Llew and I will face forward and we'll keep moving on.
I'll stand here.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Fucking sauna. Hey, shit.
And Sana, you want our left or right flank?
I'll hover above.
That's a very manly voice you got there.
That's creepy. I don't like sauna anymore.
Oh, just gonna, watch everywhere. Like I always do.
Are you going to turn into a fly so that you have multi-directional vision? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no. That's actually not a terrible idea. I don't know if I can shrink that small. But, no, just gonna be looking around. That's all. Are you guys stopping then? Are you guys gonna, circle up?
So was the idea to circle up and then, like, keep moving forward, but as, like, a circle, basically?
I know, I was saying, like, if she's circling us, we'll stick in place for a second until she stops. And then when she stops...
You assume she stops.
Alright, I'm gonna do this. After we circle up, can I do a check to see if I can get any sort of directional bearings on this person, like hearing, seeing, anything like that?
Sure.
What do you want me to roll here?
Perception?
10.
As the party stops and Llew strains his ears and listens, he first hears this slither go past his right side, and then a short while later, maybe 2 or 3 seconds, he hears a ruffle on the left, and it appears she's moving quite quickly, and to his knowledge, he can't pin, the speed that she's moving compared to you guys, it's hard for you to pinpoint exactly where she's at.
Hey guys, whatever happened to that snake thing you guys were fighting?
I'm going to assume that that's who we are hearing now.
Well, bollocks.
And don't worry, she's not all that tough.
I think we should keep moving as quietly as possible.
So, stealth check.
Snake lady, come out to play.
I don't know, do you want us to do stealth checks? Or
You guys want to stop and then move extra stealthily through the woods? This is your plan?
Yes.
Alright.
I mean, I was mostly thinking just like, so we can hear her moving as opposed to just like, trampling through the woods. I got a 14.
I got a 13.
19.
16.
Alright, so as the party gets moving again, now with an extra amount of caution, they continue hearing this slither around them, accompanying every once in a while by what they assume is claws on a tree, perhaps. And as they're moving slower, it does become a bit easier for them to hear the snake creature circling them, but she still seems to be moving with such ease and speed through the darkness and through the forest and weaving through the trees that at no one point does the party feel like they could say with complete assurance where she is. And moreover, as they've been moving on, they haven't sensed that she's been getting any closer or further away.
She's just screwing with us, isn't she?
Well, of course. What do you expect? She's a coward. And this silent treatment we're giving her is not solving anything, in my opinion.
Well, what would you propose we do then?
Well, we gotta face her at some point, and we don't seem to be making too much progress as far as I can tell.
Well, do you have a plan to catch her? Because otherwise, there's not a whole lot we can do other than keep moving.
Well, you guys got long-range weapons, right?
Yeah, but if we can't catch a bead on her, then how are we gonna shoot her?
Well, my thought is, you give me a torch, and I wander out by myself. If I manage to get a hold of her or distract her long enough for you to get a bead on her from the light of my torch, then maybe you might be able to hit her. You see what I'm getting at?
Wasn't it suggested that we do not wander far from the group?
Well, I wasn't planning on wandering super far. Just far enough so that you can't keep circling us the way she has.
And as Krohl continues to babble on about running off and saving the day, the party suddenly notices that the ground feels ashy. And as they look down and around them, they notice that the trees are they can barely see them out on the edge of this path as is, but now, as a few of the party members take a few steps towards the edge, they notice that it's like they're standing in a field. There are a few stumps here and there that appear to be worn away, like they had been burned and then just left there for who knows how long to decay. And so now the path still remains to be seen in front of them, yet there's almost nothing on either side of them.
Well, this isn't helpful.
What sort of sorcery is this? Look at these trees. They look like they've been decaying for ages, and yet this is it's supposed to be a healthy forest.
Can I do a
Yes, you can.
nature check?
While he's doing that, can I do an Arcana check?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Shut up.
Okay, so that's shit, I'm rolling really good tonight. That's a 19.
I'll take your rolls. I got a 3. Maybe I should switch dice.
As the party seemingly steps out into this openness, you're still only, maybe 5 to 10 feet away from where the tree line is. And Raven, feeling just extra amounts of dread and just this push upon her, she kneels down and puts her hand on the ground to get a sense and a feeling for the environment. And with near certainty, she can sense this heart of the Blight, so similar to what she felt before when she was off on her rite of passage. And now she, in her mind, has a clear picture of where they have to go and what is to come.
You guys getting any good sense about this place? Because my magic skills aren't exactly picking up a whole lot.
Dark is
Trust
dark.
me, there's plenty here.
Dark is dark and blight is blight.
I can feel it. I can feel where this goes.
Well, take us there. Quickly, please.
And as she's still straining, she feels that not only is there a strong pull in front of her, but she can feel the forest slipping away behind her. And literally, as she looks back, she can see it pushing back ever so slightly, inch by inch.
My God, Sana.
Yes, I feel it too.
And she doesn't know why, but she can feel tears starting to form in her eyes as she can feel the forest starting to scream out to her.
Raven, we don't have much time. Every second that goes by, more of this forest is killed.
I know, it's up ahead. It's up ahead. Let me just give me a second.
Seconds over. Let's go.
And now with Raven leading
Krohl, the unfeeling asshole.
Krohl wants this mission to get along with it already.
and now with Raven leading the pack with a certain level, an extra level of drive and push to complete her task and destroy this evil on the forest, the party starts to pick up a rather fast pace, almost disregarding the lizard serpent person that was behind them and pushing forward through this open field where suddenly they see a structure in front of them. There are these pitch black as tar trees that seem to be sticky and wet and like some kind of black goo just got slapped on these trees as they were infected and twisted together to form this huge archway. And as the party walks closer to this arch, and now they can see through it, not quite up to it yet, they can see a whole small tower in front of them with what appears to be an opening or a chasm around it, and a bridge going towards this tower.
By the gods!
Oh, wow. Well done, Raven.
Sana, but how did they...
It's part of their magic. They steal the life and they add to their own. I I guess you could call it the very essence of the plants is life, and their very essence is death.
Okay. I just rolled my bloodlust roll based on this information, and Krohl's getting increasingly upset by the death just surrounding him, and he actually is now he loses control. And he pulls out his trident and walks purposefully across the bridge towards this tower without even saying a word.
So he just pushes right past this archway.
Yeah, he's just going for it.
So Krohl pulls the trident off his back and with just red in his eyes walks blankly forward through the party and through this arch in front of them. And there's a small gap between the arch and the beginning of this rope bridge.
Okay.
And so does anyone say anything, or?
Where in blazes is he going?
Krohl, where are you going?
He says nothing. He keeps walking. He has a bloodlust in his heart, and he wants to kill something.
Well, I guess he made our decision for us, didn't he?
I suppose we'd better go support him. Come on. Lew's gonna follow quickly behind him.
Alright,
Same with Raven.
could you guys all roll just an athletics check?
Oh, buddy. 22.
18.
12.
Critical fail.
Oh, no! Poor Ben! He trips and falls on his face.
Ben, are you following right behind Ben?
Ben, are you following?
Are you following behind yourself?
Are you looking
following
at that?
This drug is great. Anyway,
Right
so
behind Lou?
as soon as Llew said that we should follow him, Ben was off to the races. So, I mean, I don't know if he's following anybody short of Krohl or what.
Alright.
But he basically left immediately once.
So as Krohl disregards all of his party members and continues to walk towards the rope bridge and then take his first few steps onto the rope bridge, he moves down the bridge as quickly. Llew runs after him, and then Ben following Llew, with Raven following Ben and Sana following her. The party following Krohl begins to move down the rope bridge. Everyone seems to be handling themselves just fine. Their footwork is just good. It's doing good. When all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Ben's foot slips and goes between one of the rungs, and then quickly he slides down to his leg. So one leg is kind of like half up, and the other one's like on his down to about his thigh between the two.
Between the slats on the bridge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I do a strength check to pick him up?
Yes.
That's a nat 20.
He yeets him off the
You
bridge.
throw him, you pick him so hard you lose him, and he flies off the fucking bridge.
So,
Or the Wilhelm scream.
Ben's leg plunges down through these slats, but quickly, almost immediately, a big hand is put on the back of his shirt and pulls him right up to his feet and says,
Careful, buddy. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine now. Thank you.
You gotta be careful. I think the wood on this bridge is kind of old.
Yes, it's also a little slick. I think there might have been some rain recently.
and the party continues moving on. Krohl has not stopped since he started. Llew is the closest to Krohl, yet he's still probably 10 feet behind him, as Krohl had a bit of a head start as he just was not stopping for anything.
Krohl's a fucking machine.
So as Krohl approaches the end of the bridge, he can quickly see that standing inside this tower, made of the same material as the arch, it seems to be wood that has been somehow magically infused and repurposed and shaped into this tower. This tower's pretty large, I would say. You've got maybe 50 yards in a big circle, 50-yard diameter. And as he takes the last step off the bridge and onto the platform, he can see another two of the same Gristo-looking demons in front of him.
Hey, Gristo!
Hey, Luigi, what you doing after work?
Alright, you devils. Which one of you wants the end of my trident, and which one of you wants my foot up your ass? Your pick.
Does he stop or does he keep moving?
He slows his pace, kind of like like he's strutting in like tough guy.
Okay. So the tower doesn't begin right at the edge of this platform. You have to take a few steps to then enter into this door, another smaller archway that leads into this tower, the base of the tower. And so as he's stepping into the tower, I would say that's right when Llew and Ben and Raven and Sana all come walking up kind of behind him. So then you're gonna continue moving forward?
Well, they are right in front of me, right? The two devils?
No, they're like in the center of this.
In the center?
Yep.
Yeah, like I said, I slowed down, and I'm kind of strutting, but yes, I am still approaching the two devils as I'm walking in.
Can I pick up my pace just slightly?
Yeah.
I'm going to catch up with Krohl and get, like, on his left side, so I'm kind of covering his flank side.
Okay.
Well, I hope you're ready for hell or high water, because I'm going to kill something today.
I've got your back, Krohl.
So Lew's to the left of him,
Mm-hmm.
Raven's to the right, and here Kroll is stuck in the middle with you. Alright, yeah, Raven's gonna move to the right and take up his right flank.
Okay.
Hi.
Alright.
Ben's behind them all.
Ben's doing his thing.
Ben's
Alright.
back here.
Back by the bridge.
But Ben does have his long swords out. Actually, no, his long bow out.
As this small triangle formation is created, suddenly the Gristo on the left starts charging at you guys, and Kroll just picks up his pace with red in his eyes and is just going to run. And you're going to get your one opportunity attack at this Gristo, and then I'm going to need everybody to roll for initiative.
Okay, I'll do my opportunity attack first. I'm aiming for its face. That's a nat 20.
That will hit.
Fuck yeah! Let's go! So, 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
Square in his face. And Kroll lets out a mighty bellow. Oh, I gotta roll initiative, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
That might come in handy. Look at that.
Would you?
What? The dice like me tonight.
Ben, what did you roll?
13.
Raven?
11.
Luke?
Nat 20.
Plus?
Nothing.
Doesn't
I have
matter.
no initiative bonus.
Oh, okay. I got a nat 20 plus 1, 21.
Alright.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
We get crunched by a couple of fucking big things.
So Kroll,
boys.
running at this Gristo, jumps up and smashes it with the back end of its trident right in the face, and it goes down. And now, Kroll, you're going to get a second attack on the same Gristo.
I'm assuming because I'm first up at
Yeah.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leap in the air and bring my trident pitchfork end down into the side of it.
Okay.
This time. All right, come on, die. Give me another one. That's not bad. That's 17 against AC.
That'll hit.
Solid. That's 7 piercing damage into its side.
Okay.
And he's going to leave the trident in it, hopefully holding it down.
Okay, so Kroll jumps up with his trident and comes and plunges it down on the side of this Gristo, and it lets out a large yell and kind of is able to shrug and with one of its arms and push Kroll back. And Kroll doesn't really care. He just leaves this trident in the side of the Gristo and it just backs up. The Gristo, however, is not pinned or anything and is going to be able to get back up. So next up is going to be Luke.
Okay. The Gristo that attacked, was that on the left side or the right side?
Left side.
Okay. So, since that's the side that I'm already on, actually, no, I guess, as I scan the battlefield quickly, do I see any other threats besides the other Gristo?
Nope. As of right now, you see nothing.
Okay. I'm going to take a swing at this Gristo that Kroll just attacked.
Okay.
17.
That will hit. And what are you attacking with?
Longsword.
Okay.
That's 3 points of damage.
So as Kroll gets pushed back and leaving the trident in this Gristo, The Gristo starts to roll over a little bit and start to get up as Llew comes running by with his longsword and catches it right in the side of the head, finding very quickly that though this definitely did damage to its horn and its skull, the skull of this beast is incredibly strong.
She's thick.
As Llew comes down with his longsword, his body now is facing back towards where they came, and just then, at the edge of the bridge, he can now see as this snake figure comes slithering up onto the platform and taking up the doorway. Ben is rather close to the doorway, also notices the snake lady come in, and Sana does as well. And she is going to immediately target Ben, running at him, and she is going to try to tail whip him. So let's see how that goes. That would be a 21.
Holy shit.
Well, fuck me sideways. Yeah, I guess I'm fucking
She's
hit.
gonna fuck you sideways.
She's gonna stick that tail right up your wiener hole.
Just a little bit.
Oh my god. Oof-a-doof.
As she comes slithering by, her tail whips out and takes out Ben's feet, and he falls straight back and lands on his back and his head. And he's going to take 9 points of damage. And she continues slithering back into this room towards the two Garistos were, kind of the center when they started. Next up is going to be Ben.
Oh, well, Ben's gonna fucking get up off the floor since he has to do that shit now.
Yeah.
And I guess he's got his longbow put away and takes out his 2 longswords. He's gonna get that friggin' lady.
Ben's going to quickly get to his feet, grab his 2 longswords, and start chasing after this snake lady.
That's a 16 against AC.
That will not hit.
Oh, fuck me.
Well.
Well, then how about an 18?
That will hit.
Cool. Alright. D8. Yoink. Incredible. That's 4 slashing damage.
Alright. So, as Ben jumps to his feet and takes out his long swords, running after her, his first sword swipe comes down and misses her tail, and yet, with the second one, he's able to adjust and come down and actually slice off the maybe last 2 to 3 feet of her tail. She has a really long tail, I should mention.
Shit, it's still gonna hurt.
Yes, she screams out in pain, but continues to move towards the center of the room. Next up is Raven.
So, can I want to shoot my bow at the snake lady.
Okay.
So,
As long as you're more than 5 feet away from her.
I think I'm 5
You're
feet away
good.
from the snake lady, aren't I?
You are still.
So then
She's
you don't-
moving
okay.
towards you.
And she's damaged, right?
She just had 3 feet of her tail cut off.
Oh,
So yes.
yeah. I'm okay. I'll guess. I guess. Yeah, that's definitely a yes.
I mean, she is damaged. She has taken some damage.
She's had a troubled
She's
life.
taken
when she was
exactly
a child.
4
She was abused.
hit points worth of damage.
Oh, that means that I can use my wounded prey feature. That is a 22.
Yes, that will hit.
So that is a 7 plus. Okay, that's 12 damage.
Alright. As Raven sees Ben chasing after this snake lady and cutting off her tail, she knocks an arrow and with a steady hand pulls it up and releases it, coming down right in her center arm. She has 3 sets of arms. In her center arm on the left side, and as she was running towards the center of the room, she now quickly cuts back towards the other side and is now kind of aiming to get closer to the right Gristo that hasn't really moved much.
I'm going to use Hunter's Mark on her too as a bonus action.
Okay. So then next up is going to be the first Gristo, who is going to turn around and looking at Krohl, is going to put its head down and start to charge.
Oh, that's not very nice.
All right, and so I don't think a 13. Not going.
Not so much. No. Wait, this is the one that hasn't been damaged.
This is the one that has been damaged.
Oh, my nemesis.
All right, and then the other Greasedoe that hasn't really moved, he's now going to charge directly for Raven. With a 20 or 19 versus AC.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, so that would be. Make it hurt, Daddy. For 23 damage.
Holy crap, okay. Yeah, that woke me up.
I've become so numb.
I can feel that right in my derriere.
Can't feel
and then can you make a strength check as well?
Good thing my girl is beefy. That's an 18.
Alright, so it's an 18. As this Greasedoe comes running at Raven and puts his head down, he comes up with a ton of force right into her abdomen, pushing the air out of her lungs, but she's able to grab his horns and is able to push him down into the side as he continues moving forward, and she falls off to the side.
Shit.
Next up is Krohl.
Okay, Krohl, as he dodges out of the way of the Greasedoe charging him, he's going to grab his greatsword and, in a slashing motion, bring it down on the neck of the Greasedoe as it passes by him.
Alright, let's see it.
Let's go. Let's not go. That's a 9.
Okay, that will not hit.
Damn, his timing was off. Just a little.
Yep, so unfortunately he's trying to pull his greatsword while moving out of the way, and it's just a little bit too much to do it all at once.
So he's gonna back away 10 feet away from the Greasedoe behind it.
Alright.
And that's my turn.
Alright. Next up is Llew.
Okay, so I still got the one, pretty close in front of me, right?
Well, no, he's now charged off. He went past Krohl.
Oh, that was the one that charged.
Yeah, so he's still pretty close to you. The other one is still off to the right side. Now further back, though, as it came running. I guess that one would be pretty close to you, because Raven, you were next to Ben still?
I think so, yeah. I was...
So yeah, the second one now has run over towards you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go for that one that's close to me, then.
Okay.
And, you know what? I'm actually going to, before I make my attack, I'm going to throw my shield onto my back and instead pull out my rapier as well. So I have 2 weapons.
Okay. And you're attacking at the... which one? The one that just ran over, or the one that was ran past Krohl?
The one that just ran over, because you said that one's a little closer to me now, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, so I'm going for that one. So, first attack is the longsword, and that's a 7, which isn't going to do it.
No, sir.
That is... that's a 20 for the rapier.
That will hit.
Okay.
Poke that motherfucker in his eye.
That's 6 points of damage with the rapier.
Alright.
So that's piercing damage, I don't know if that matters.
As this Greasedoe is running off after it had just smashed its head into Raven, Llew comes running over with his longsword and rapier. The longsword comes down and clashes and shanks off of one of his horns, but his rapier is able to neatly find its place square in this Greasedoe's eye. And he stabs him, and it pulls in and out clean, and the Greasedoe, Llew just gets a full-on, view of this Greasedoe's face as it's full of anger and rage, and the pain seems to not even faze him.
Oh, normally that does something.
Next up is the Snake Lady, as she is now going to move with uncanny speed directly towards Krohl, who has been beating up one of her henchmen.
Bitch, bring it.
And she's going to come in and attack with all 3 of her arms on one side. 15.
Yes.
17.
Yes.
15.
No, yes.
Fuck! She gonna triple bitch slap.
She gonna slap the bitch. She gonna slap the bitch out of me.
She's gonna slap you so hard that you're not gonna have any bitch left. I'm the slap man. I slap you so hard.
I'm a slap man. I don't like all of this die rolling. How we looking there, bud?
19 damage.
Jesus fucking Christ! I died today. God damn.
Could be worse.
Yeah, it could be you, huh?
Hurt myself today.
Okay, Krohl is basically at a little bit under half health.
Next up is Ben.
Bitch ass whole snake lady is still the nearest to Ben, right? Of the enemies.
She's a bot.
Right, I was a little unclear on if one of the big creatures is like right by me now instead.
No, I mean you were further back. You stayed back. So she's now like over here. She's off to your right.
Where are the 2 Italian motherfuckers?
That's not true. I guess everyone is over on the left side now. And
Like
you're still
literally everybody but me.
Yes.
What's the closest enemy to me?
Either the second Gristo that ran over or the snake.
Okay, so if they're the same and I won't get hit by one of them going to attack the other, I'm going to go fuck up Snake Lady.
Okay.
Okay, so
Which means exactly what?
I'm going to run over with my 2 long swords and cut her fucking head off. Or whatever.
You're gonna cut the lady's head off. Okay, you
Alright.
violent bastard, you. They say I have bloodlust.
Alright, well, the first one is going to be an 23, if I did my math right.
That will hit.
But just barely.
And then the second one is going to be an 18 against Stacy.
That will also hit.
Okay, so for a grand total of... Because this time I'm going to remember the fact I have Colossus Slayer.
She's a Colossus.
Colossus Slayer just means that, where does it? Here we go. Hunter's Prey, Colossus Slayer. Hitting a creature below their HP max deals an extra 1d8 damage, but only once per turn. So basically, any enemy that I fight that's below their max health, if I hit them, but only once on my turn. So I just get an extra d8 of damage.
That's pretty sick.
So that's 4, 6, 8, 14 slashing damage.
Alright.
Nice. Cut one of them arms off.
I believe the word I said was cut her head off.
Why wouldn't you take the arms off?
And those both hit, right?
Yeah, that was both attacks.
Okay.
I just combined all the damage together since it's the same.
Yep. Ben, with still his own mark set on this snake lady, he runs right back into the thick of it with his 2 long swords, jumping at her again, coming down for her head. She puts up her top 2 arms and is able to deflect his top sword, but he comes down, slashing off one of her bottom arms on the left side and slicing across her stomach as he brings his sword down off of the 2 she was deflecting with. And with taking all of that damage as a reaction, Ben watches as he sees her turn into this mist and fade away, and then you see the mist float through the room and reappear a distance away from you guys, back in the center of the room.
Well, hello there. I'm Brian Wayne, host of the Cheers to Comics podcast, and I'm here to bring you the ultimate comic book podcast for readers and lovers and collectors of all levels. Whether you're trying to get caught up on last week's books or you're just looking to check out the latest interview with the latest creator, this is the podcast for you. So, if you're looking for a comic book show that doesn't stray away from the topic and you're looking to get an insight from a true fan and lover of this industry, then tune into the Cheers to Comics podcast 3 times a week as I, Brian Wayne, raise a glass to this wonderful, wonderful industry that is comics. Cheers.
Hey, all, RJ here. Thank you so much for listening to episode 11 of the Vassanoka Adventures. I'm going to try and keep this one short and sweet. There's not really anything new, just the regular housekeeping stuff. First and foremost, if you're enjoying the show and you're not already, please consider subscribing to the show. You'll get the episodes as soon as they come out, and you'll be one of the first people to know about the new episodes as they come out. If you also know of anybody else in your life that you think may enjoy our podcast, please consider sharing the show with them. And that's one of the best ways to help the show grow. If you are on social media, you can probably find us on your favorite social media. Our user handle is Realms Nerds. We are mostly active over on Twitter and Instagram, and you can also find us on Facebook. Thank you again to our dear friend Kyle for composing the show's main theme, and thank you again as well to Justin from the Lit Gaming Arena podcast for his arrangement of the main theme that's used for the Vassanoka Adventures campaign theme. And of course, thank you again to every single one of you that has ever listened to our podcast. We really, really cannot thank you enough. That's why I say thank you every time. It means the world to us. So thank you again 10 times over. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. And I will talk to you all again when episode 31 of the Return of Ornon campaign drops. But until then, let's get back into the rest of episode 11 of the Vassanoka Adventures.
Hey everybody, this is Nerd Bomber here, one of the co-hosts of the Online Warriors podcast. Our weekly podcast started as a way for three friends to keep in touch and discuss their passion for movies, gaming, technology, and entertainment. And since then, we've grown into a fantastic online community. Every Wednesday, we release a new episode discussing the latest nerdy news, and then we go hands-on with our weekly adventures and a fun trivia show. Sound interesting? Check us out on every podcast platform, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts, or hit us up at onlinewarriorspodcast.com.
Next up is Raven.
Alright, she's gonna take another pot shot at that snake lady.
Okay.
Girl.
Alright, that's a 19.
That'll hit.
That's 9 damage.
Alright. As Raven watches this mist fade through the air and then re-materialize in the center of the room, she never loses focus the whole time, drawing her bow, having it half drawn, and as soon as she sees this figure reappear, she loses her arrow, and this one goes straight into the snake's chest, just a bit above her heart, and you can see as this blow really impacts her, and she is on her last legs, seems to be wobbling a little bit.
Ben, get the last hit!
I will try.
Next up is the first Risto that, as he turns around and begins to set his eyes on Llew, he takes off, charging directly at Llew.
No, don't do that.
No, not Llew.
Are you sure about
But that won't hit, because that's a 7.
Because Llew will slide that Cheeto. Slide to the left.
I just put my... I mean, I have fairly
He's-
good AC,
he's a
but I just put my
sneaky
my shield away, so...
Next up is the other Risto, who
Cristo, when incels attack.
is going to charge at Ben.
You messed up, Aaron.
You want to get crazy?
19 first AC.
Going down to Pain Town.
Yeah. I assume that will hit.
Yeah, I said going down to Pain Town.
For 22.
Holy hell.
I will remember you. Plays in the background as Ben falls back down to the ground and
Does that down you?
becomes unconscious. Yes.
Okay, so you forfeit your strength check then at that point, which means that as this second Gristo comes charging at Ben, putting his head down, he rears up and his two horns connect right under Ben's armpits and pick him up, and his head whips back, which just instantly rattles his brain, and he gets thrown and lands unconscious on the dirt.
That's what a Goristo. That's what a Goristo looks like.
Oh, a giant man bull. So about what I thought.
Kind of like a Minotaur.
Like a demon, like a demonic minotaur.
I was thinking Ganon, honestly, in some form or fashion, but okay. You kept calling it Goristo. I'm like, where the fuck is
Listen,
Goristo?
you talk shit about rigatoni for the last time, my friend. Get fucked.
Motherfucker.
Talk wrong about feet, rigatoni, Gristo.
Rigatoni, Garisto.
The demon Minotaur. Let's go.
It's Minotaur.
Tim plays for days on a maze and there's a
Okay.
Minotaur.
How are we doing?
So yeah,
Not so hot if you ask Ben.
is now
Sucks to be Ben.
down and unconscious. Next up is Krohl.
Krohl, seeing Ben go down, it's like he said in that slow motion falling. Krohl watches Ben fall to the ground, and he lets out a roar of anger. I can't even.
Do it again.
And then Krohl takes his greatsword and switches targets and goes after. Wait, was that the Gristo that hit him? The one that I've been hurting, or the other one?
That's the other one.
Okay, yeah. He switches targets and goes after that one. First, I'm gonna use my the ability my armor gives me. I'm taking my dash action before normal actions, so I'm gonna run over to it using my 60 feet of speed or whatever, and that'll give me 5 temporary hit points as well.
Okay.
And as I run up on it, I'm going to take my greatsword and swing at one of its legs to try and cleave through it as much as possible.
All right.
Knock his ass down. See how he likes it. There are hits and then there are misses. That's a 13 against AC.
That will not hit.
Fuck. Guess being in bloodlust doesn't help with aim.
Krohl, watching Ben fall, is enraged again and seeking to aid his friend, runs over at this Gristo, but unfortunately the Gristo is still in the midst of his charge, his cooldown kind of after throwing Ben, and he's not able to catch up with him. And now the Gristo sets his targets onto Krohl.
Let's go.
Next up is Llew.
Okay, so we just have the one left, right?
And the snake lady.
Right, but the other Griso is dead, correct?
Oh, no. He hasn't said anything about how they look
Hold
yet.
on.
They're still very much alive.
Oh, okay.
The snake lady is almost dead, he said.
Gotcha. Well,
Kill the snake!
His specific wording was that she was on her last legs, despite the fact she's a snake lady and therefore has no legs.
Has 0 legs.
She's on her last tail.
so I'm gonna go after, the one, okay, so because the one is right by Krohl.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the other one at?
So Krohl is now next to Ben's downed body.
Right.
And that Gristo is kind of circling around them.
Gotcha. And then the other one was off.
The other one had just ran off past you, I believe. Wasn't that the other one? That
Yeah,
just
he
attacked?
slipped by the
Yeah.
one.
That just happened
So-
the last time.
Okay.
The one with the trident still stuck in him.
Yes. So the
Okay,
nearest
so
one to you
that
would be
does tell me.
the
Okay.
first one.
But he's not so close that if I don't attack him, he's gonna, opportunity strike me, right?
No.
Okay. That was what I wanted to establish there. Cool. So I'm actually gonna run over and go attack the one that's by Ben, because I think Llew sees that and he wants to help protect Ben since he's currently down.
So Llew is also going to run over towards Krohl and Ben.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack that Gristo that's right next to Ben.
Yep.
So, first attack is a nat 20.
That'll hit.
Shit.
Plus 5, so 25 on that one. Second attack is 9.
That will not hit.
So it's 13 points of damage.
Alright.
Nice.
And then, you know what? I'm going to use Action Surge as well.
Okay.
And make a second attack.
Alright.
So Longsword is 15.
Alright.
And then Rapier is 13.
Alright. Neither of those are going to hit.
You got one good hit in, though.
Yeah. So, also noticing Ben being down on the ground and having seen Krohl run over, Llew is also going to immediately put his attention to the greased over there. Running over with his longsword and rapier, he's able to catch it as it's kind of running by and give it a good slice with his longsword across its side. It definitely was a deep cut, and it's still running though. Next up is the snake lady, who is, as far as you can tell, not going to do anything.
She's wary now.
She's a little scared.
The fallen hero has done skirt her. Who's up next time?
Ben.
That's a fail.
Alright. First roll's failed. Next up is Raven.
I'm gonna run up to Ben and use
CPR.
Cure Wounds.
CPR. You wish.
And that is 8 points of healing.
Alright. So, now Raven as well, noticing the rest of her companions all circled up around Ben, she hurries over, laying a hand on him and quickly getting him to his feet. She says,
I got you.
Thank you. Again.
now, all four of you guys, I'm going to need you to roll a dexterity saving throw twice.
What? Huh. Which one do you want first? I love this game.
Tell me both of them.
Okay, my first one is an 18, the second one's a nat 20 plus 1, 21.
Alright, you succeed on both.
Do a triple backflip over here.
I got a 2 and a 15.
Alright, you save you're gonna save on the second one, fail on the first one.
Yeah, I imagine so.
21, 22.
Both. Good.
That's going to be a 10 and an 11.
Those are
Both gonna be fails.
Ben, you local clown.
Get ready to start checking off those saving throws again.
as
I sucked on a banana peel.
As Raven pulls Ben to his feet, all four of the companions, adventurers, look up and notice that both the Garistos are now charging at this small pack that they've formed. All jumping out of the way and trying to move and get out of the way. Krohl is able to escape both as well as Raven, but Llew gets clipped by the first one and spins off and falls to the ground. But Ben gets caught between both of them, and as they both smash into him and continue to push until they run into the wall, smashing their heads into the wall.
Ben goes through the wall to the other side, down the deep pit to his death.
This is great.
Ben gets smacked up against this wall between their horns. He doesn't seem to have been impaled. Very, very dizzy, down to 1 HP, and it appears that both these Garistos may be having a little bit of a trouble getting themselves unstuck out of this sticky wood material of the wall.
Sticky.
Them Garistos ain't shit.
First up is Krohl.
Okay, Kroll is going to recover from
Oh, I'm
dodging.
sorry. I do have to roll damage for Mr. Guy.
Yeah, instead of just making up damage that
7! Ben's gonna get hit with 7 points of
Llew?
damage.
Why are you making me write things?
We
My
are
finger hurts.
bored.
Lew's gonna get hit with 7 points of damage.
So did Ben.
We are.
What a coincidence.
Well, that was more of a...
That was more of you being nice.
Yeah.
It was a happy accident.
So saith the DM. All right,
Krohl.
Just a bunch of
Kroll
happy accidents.
is even more pissed off at this and takes his greatsword and runs at the one that's been the most damaged, the one he sees his trident sticking out of.
Okay.
And he's going to bring his sword horizontally across his back.
Alright. Let's get a roll.
Let's go.
I'd fucking just grab the trident and fucking
Finally.
flip the bitch. Did you see the pool? We flipped the bitch!
That's a 22 against AC.
That will hit.
I should hope so.
Daddy needs a pair of 6s.
Oh.
You know what? Actually, that's not too bad. That's 13 slashing damage.
Alright.
Oh.
As Krohl comes running up with his great sword on the Gristo that is wiggling its way out of the wall, he sees his trident in the side of this Gristo, and he decides he's going to try to finish the job, and just completely takes a slash right across the back of this Gristo. It goes in deep, serrating across its spine, and Krohl can feel as the bone gets pushed in. And again, this beast lets out just a phenomenal roar, but he's still on his feet, still now more than ever trying to break loose out of this wall as his head shakes more and more violently.
Oh, one more thing. Because I did physical damage to it, I'm going to use my vampiric blood ability to roll one of my hit dice to regain health.
Yeah, don't worry, I've been doing that the whole time.
So you're saying that there's somebody else who should have tied up to a tree
The first time I actually hit someone tonight, I had full health, so... Yeah, that's not bad at all. Okay.
Next up is Llew.
Well, right off the bat, Lou's going to do his second wind bonus action because I'm not looking great.
Krohl is licking the blood off his blade.
What's the second wind do?
I can roll a couple d10s and whatever I get. Or no, I'm sorry. I roll 1d10 plus my level, and I get that amount back in HP.
Nice. All right. Bonus action.
So 12 points back.
Nice, we are just healing ourselves.
Except for that.
I'm drinking blood, he's just going, Super Saiyan!
And then I'm going to try to go after that Gristo again.
The one that put Ben down originally?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 21 for the first attack.
That will hit.
And that's a nat 20.
That will hit with double damage.
Plus 2. So
let's go.
Okay. So, first one. So, 18 points of damage total.
Alright. As Llew once again has to find himself, readying himself on his feet as he has been spun to the ground again, he pulls out his longsword and rapier and makes another charge at this Gristo that put his friend down, taking both of them, and just like Krohl slashing across the back, he unleashes multiple waves of a flurry of blades, and as he finishes and brings them down to the side, blood just is running from the back of this Gristo, and its legs, which had been squirming, trying to push its head out of the wall, stop, and its head just lays down as its horns are holding it in the wall.
Did you see that? Ben, did you see? Oh, right.
That shit.
No, sorry, a little busy over here.
Seeing the state of her troops, the party sees as this snake figure suddenly is slithering at them with great speed, with all 4 of her remaining arms. She's going to attempt to slide into the middle of your guys' group.
She's going to attempt to slide right into those DMs.
I think slither into those DMs is more.
She's gonna go Batman on us and start punching in all directions.
I'm sorry.
Let's go!
11 for Krohl versus AC.
Hard no.
A critical fail against Ben. Lucky dog. Nat 20 against Raven. Unlucky dog.
What'd you get for talking shit?
15 against Llew.
Lew's good.
Alright. As Llew puts down this Gristo, suddenly this snake figure comes hurtling in, and with just a swirl, everyone gets a blade thrown at their face. Ben, who isn't able to move, but also is very close to one of her companions, is well away from the blade that was aimed for his throat, as well as Krohl, who's able to quickly deflect it And Llew, who, still having both his swords in hand in such a happy fit of excitement, the blade coming at his face is not even a worry. But Raven, who was not quite as engaged in this last little heat of combat, is put off guard as the blade is going to come by and is able to make 2 swipes across her body. For 20 points of damage?
I'm still alive. She's still alive, but she's not looking
She's
good.
beefy. She's furry and beefy.
She a beefy babe.
I guess Ben's up next.
36.
Thanks.
It's like, okay, Ben, I guess.
All right. Shit, and I just put my phone down, but I actually need it now. So Ben is going to use Cure Wounds on himself.
Nice.
All right. So Wisdom. So 8 points of health regained by Ben.
We're all just doing great, honestly.
Okay.
We could be doing worse.
Yeah, we
We
could
could be like Ben and have
gone down
gone to 0.
and get slammed against the wall by a couple chargers.
But here's the thing. He back up, baby. He's in the fight.
Well,
I
he's still pinned
breathe.
against the wall.
I can.
Shit, he's gonna unpin himself. Can he? Or is he pinned up by the dudes?
Well, he's pinned up by one dude that's dead, and the other dude that's trying to wiggle its way out.
Okay, so he's gonna, heal himself, but, on the DL, and, just basically play dead right now until that dude's out of there. That's not dead.
He's gonna. Oh, the horror! Oh, the pain! The pain! Oh!
You know what? Yeah, no, we will. Ben's a bit for the dramatic.
Oh, God.
Off this mortal coil I crumble.
Next up is Raven.
Snake Lady's right on top of me.
Right in front of her, yeah.
I'm gonna drop my bow and pull out my spear.
You mean your stump sword? You mean your
I
vine sword?
I forgot my vine sword!
How do you forget your vine sword?
Shit, I forgot half of my shit.
Because I didn't write it down. So 14?
That will not hit.
Shit. Okay.
So she attempts to pull her vine sword and make a swipe at this snake figure in front of her, but still reeling from the slashes across her body. She's not quite quick enough as the snake is able to move out of the way. And the first grease, though, is now pushing its head and is able to free its horns, which allows Ben's body to fall to the ground. He appears to still be acting dead, and the Gravestow pushing off the wall is so mad and is looking for moving targets that he immediately turns around and is able to start charging at Krohl. However, he's not quite there yet because he had to get moving and he didn't have enough time in his turn.
Solid.
He's a slaking. He's got the ability slow start.
He's slow.
Next up is Krohl, who has this Greastow charging directly at him.
Okay, as it's charging at him, he's gonna wind up the greatsword like a baseball bat and time it just right to slice this fucker's neck off.
It's not slaking. It was Regigigas.
Okay. Thank you.
Correcting so that anybody that listens is like, that fucking idiot doesn't know his Pokemon.
Nerd is he?
What kind of nerd is he? He doesn't know that Regigigas has got slow start and that slaking has got mouth. Or whatever it's called.
Hey. Hey-o! That's 23 against
If
8.
somebody does say that, can we just beat them up for their lunch money?
As this Greastow is furiously charging directly at Krohl, Trident still inside his adversary. He's determined to take him down. Running directly at him, Krohl stands his ground, 2 hands on his greatsword, and just as this Greastow is getting close and putting his head down, Krohl takes one step to the side and back and winds up, his sword connecting just under the chin of this beast, severing its head completely from its body as its head flies up in the air and the body promptly collapses to the ground in front of Krohl.
Krohl's gonna pick up the head by its horn, and he's gonna let some blood drip into his mouth to fulfill his bloodlust.
All right.
And I need to roll another d10 for health.
Fucking Krohl is
Hell yeah!
shit.
All the way up to max HP.
Disgusting.
Yes. My head's clearing, boys. Sorry about that. You know, all the death around the place and these stupid motherfuckers fighting us. I had this desire to just drink the blood. I can't explain it, but I feel better now. Sorry about that. I promise I'm not a vampire.
And as Llew is listening to Krohl babble on about his bloodlust, his eyes are set on this snake figure as he watches as she slyly moves through the battlefield, turning into mist and disappearing.
Guys, the snake and the snake lady is gone.
Oh, damn it. Krohl's gonna pull his trident out of the greasedough, put it back on his back.
Okay, are we still in combat then?
Combat has now ended.
Okay.
I'm back in full health by my own means. I love being Krohl.
As everyone scans the room, they can see that both the greasedows are down, and the third opponent, this mysterious snake figure, has now appeared to have disappeared.
Well, that sucks.
Just when I had her in my clutches, she slithers away again.
Listen, Ben, I don't know so much about your clutches. You got beat up and she just happened to be standing next to you and whiffed her blow.
Anybody got a potion?
Who needs a potion? I'm right as rain.
Well, now that you mention it, and Ben's gonna, grab his arm again and use Cure Wounds again on himself.
Alright.
Rip. Well, that's fun. Alright, well, he gets 5 more, so that's a thing.
And as everyone is starting to walk back towards each other and group up, from above, Raven hears, "Hey, Raven! Raven! I found something!"
I guess she's gonna look up to see Sana.
So nice of Sana to join the battle.
Upon looking up, you can see that there's, off to either side of this room, there are 2 big spiral staircases that follow the wall going up to what appears to be a second layer. And you can just see a head poking down past the ledge. "Come on, guys, get up here!"
Hold on. Hey, Llew, how about you ask her something that only you and her would know?
Who? Sana?
Yeah, just to be extra careful.
Didn't they basically just meet? That's like any of us asking her a question.
What color are my underpants?
Sana. Sana, what did I feed you before I knew that you were a person?
Birdseed!
You mean bird food?
It's not Sana.
So Raven drops her sword and can I do an acrobatics check too?
So not close to her.
I'm dropping my sword, drawing my bow, and not notching an arrow and shooting at the person.
Dang, Skippy, how fast do you think you are?
I don't know how fast you think you are.
I want to do like an athletics or an acrobatics check on it to see if I can do it in one quick motion.
Athletics?
It's not her. That's a 26.
Yeah, sure. You can drop your sword and pull your bow out and shoot an arrow.
That's a 26 again.
As Sana's head is peeking down this small gap, suddenly, out of nowhere, Raven drops her sword and pulls her bow, knocking an arrow and releasing it, moving so pretty quickly to the point where Sana's barely able to move her face up as the arrow skims her cheek.
What the fuck was that for?
What are you morons doing?
Get the fuck up here, the Blight's opening! And it's going to continue opening!
Because she answered a question wrong, you expect her to remember everything about her bird
Now
life?
see here. We don't have time for this nonsense.
She gone.
I never gave her bird food.
Kroll's gonna start walking up the staircase.
Krohl, don't go up there.
Well, where are we supposed to go? We came in here with a purpose.
Listen, one way or another, we gotta find the snake lady, Ben says as he walks up the stairs backwards.
The person that knows exactly where the Blight is. Maybe the person that I gave a connection to the Blight should wonder where the Blight is. Maybe the Blight's upstairs.
I'm going home. I am home.
Fuck. Wait, why did you sound like Jerry Seinfeld at that?
I don't know. Maybe the Blight's upstairs. How am I supposed to know these things?
That's a very good impression.
What's with all these blights upstairs?
I guess.
Okay.
I do.
I'm just gonna go upstairs.
You're not even gonna try and search for the Blight.
Do a check.
I already. Okay, I'll do another check to see. Do I have to do a check? I rolled pretty good that first time. Do I have to do another check?
Told you. You know exactly where.
You have a connection. You remember exactly the steps to take.
Exactly where it is.
You know exactly what you're doing.
Is it up the fucking stairs?
After foolishly shooting an arrow off at Sana, Kroll makes his way towards the stairs, where he's quickly greeted by unpleasantry among the group that doesn't trust a supposed Sana. But upon taking the time to close her eyes and feel what's around her, Raven is able to tell that the Blight appears to, yes, indeed, be coming from upstairs.
How's that tingle doing for you? You still know where the Blight is?
It's upstairs.
Well then, get your ass moving. Put that bow away before you shoot yourself in the foot.
Raven, doubting her own senses now, just kind of walks up the stairs, head bowed low and kind of out of it.
Maybe that is Sana.
Maybe it is. Who knows? Who cares? Like I said, one way or another, we had to find the snake lady. Ben shouts from like halfway up the stairs.
Alright, Lou's going up the stairs too.
Alright, the whole party is making its way up these stairs, and
Make my way upstairs.
Kroll, being the first to walk up the stairs, what he is greeted by is in the center of this room, slightly smaller diameter. It seems like the room kind of isn't quite as big
It's a tower, so it makes sense.
as the room below it. In the middle of this room, there is this large pedestal. On the pedestal, hovering, is just like the walls of this tower, this black vine-like material that is just twisting and turning. As Kroll can see this in the center of the room, he also sees Sana, who is standing right under the pedestal, both hands pointed up towards this Blight, as she seems to be straining herself.
What you doing there, Sana? Is that the Blight?
Yes, this is the Blight.
Do we need to grab it? What are you doing?
No, I'm trying to contain it. Someone needs to destroy it.
How do I destroy it? Tell me the way. Smash it? I can smash it.
Ben just takes out his bow and the antique arrow and shoots at the Blight.
Oh yeah, the antique arrow.
Make an attack roll.
The arrow of never going away.
The arrow of it always comes back no matter what.
The boomer arrow.
That's a 7.
That'll hit.
Yeah.
Roll for damage.
Yeah.
-2. You add health.
Well, that's 4 piercing damage.
As Ben walks up to the second level of this tower and sees the scenario in front of him, he pulls out his bow and knocks his ancient elvish arrow, shooting it off. However, it acts a bit strange. When it meets its target, instead of returning to his hand, it bounces off and starts returning right at him and pierces him in the shoulder for 4 points. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Well, we can tell we need to use some sort of magical means to destroy them. Because that didn't work.
What? Yes, magic is definitely the way.
It's a magical arrow. What the hell?
Stand back. I got this. And Krohl is going to cast Death Coil on this. So an blast of unholy energy streaks toward a creature, in this case, the thing. In range, make a ranged spell attack against it. On a hit, it takes 3d8 necrotic damage.
Okay.
So I guess I'll roll and see if I hit it. I'm assuming I'm going to hit it because he hit it with the arrow. That's 16.
Yes, that will hit.
That's 17 necrotic damage.
Krohl, realizing that this blight will need something a bit more magical, calls upon one of the runes on his sword, letting out necrotic energy from his hand, shooting a beam directly at the heart of this blight. And you can see as the necrotic damage actually seems to be it's killing something that's already dead. It seems to be lightening this darkness a little bit. A few gray patches start to appear in this twisting, turning ball.
That's all I've got, boys. I'm afraid my runes are done.
So it looks like it's getting better, right?
A little bit, yeah.
How's Sana looking, containing it?
Sana is still straining as she says,
Raven, come here.
And she slowly walks over.
Slowly?
She just shot an arrow.
We're gonna die in here.
Pick up the pace and get over there. We don't have time for this.
Do you want to kill this fucking blight or not?
I'm sorry.
Save the apologies for after we're not dead. Kill the thing.
Please, Raven, I need your help. I know that you know how to tap into druidic magic. It will be most effective.
So, let's do some spells.
Cure wounds.
More effective than my magical elf arrow, apparently.
Is it just like floating, or is it on something?
Yeah, it's just like it's floating.
Blights and Destiny.
Okay, yeah, this will do. Flaming sphere.
Let's go.
That'll do it.
That'll do, pig.
Alright, creatures within who end their turn in the sphere take, 1d6 for the damage. You have to make a dexterity saving throw, and I don't think this thing is very dexterous, so spell DC is 14.
I have to roll against it?
Yeah.
It just happens then. It can't stop an attack from going on.
Okay, so it takes 2d6 worth of damage.
The full damage.
4, 10 damage.
As Sonya's straining, holding, it seems like she's in herself holding this orb down, pressing it. Raven runs up, channeling the energy within her and the energy of all the trees that have been hurt and all the nature that is, its energy still lingering around her. She condenses it all into a giant orb of fire that she then is able to lower down onto the heart of the blight. And as it comes down on the bright light, connects with the darkness, making a infusion, it begins to bubble and pop. All these bright colors are released in all directions, and as the orb of fire finally rests at the bottom of where the heart was, all of a sudden there's a blinding light. Everything goes completely white, and every single one of you is stunned and disoriented, and it seems as though you maybe even lost consciousness, but as they open their eyes, they find themselves in a beautiful meadow in the Murdog region. There's forests all around them, and they still find themselves on a small island with nothing but a little bit of water that surrounds this tiny island. It's like a small pond, and you're on this tiny island in the middle of the pond.
Wow, this place actually looks kind of pleasant. Once you get rid of the bite and everything.
But where's the snake lady?
Well, who cares? Maybe she went back to hell.
But if she didn't, she's out here causing chaos.
Listen, we did a shit ton of damage to her. She was not looking good last time I saw her, so I should think she's off to go lay in a den somewhere and heal for a little while. That'll give us a nice head start to get away from her. And she can't sneak up on us like she was in the darkness.
Raven's gonna run over to Sana and cast Cure Wounds to try to fix what she broke. I'm so sorry. I judged that so poorly. I am so sorry.
Raven, please, it's no problem. I understand. We were dealing with all kinds of magic that we don't understand. I can never blame you for just trying to be cautious.
Yeah, but I could have really hurt you.
Trust me, I've seen much, much worse. As Raven and Sun are talking, suddenly Ben hears in his head, Hey, Ben!
Ah, Silpha, where have you been?
Well, I've been chilling with the horses, dude.
Ah,
They're right there. And
incredible!
You see in the sky as he's flying, he's just soaring and is kind of lazily swooping down towards you, and all the horses are just kind of running, following him as he's flying in the air.